it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a what's on my iPhone 14 Pro in the deep purple color. Now, I know I just did a what's on my iPhone for my iPhone 13 Pro, but I did just get the iPhone 14 and you guys did request it. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over quickly iOS 16 things that I found on the iPhone 14 that I didn't really know when filming my other iOS 16 video, but don't worry, it's still super informative. It's just some other tips that I learned. And then I'm also going to go through everything that's on my iPhone, how I made it aesthetic, and how I kind of use it for being productive. With all that being said, I will have my iOS 16 tutorial linked down below. But before I get into this video, I do want to give Julia K. Chris credit for how I designed this iPhone, because I did watch her video and I learned a lot of tips and tricks from her that I didn't know. So definitely go check out her video as well if you want to see how I customized this particular video. But with that being said, let's get into the video. So this is the iPhone 14 Pro in deep purple. I'm obsessed. She's so pretty. And I did get the 256 gigabyte one because that's what my other phone was. And for me personally, since I do YouTube and have a lot of pictures and literally take pictures of everything, it's just more beneficial for me to have a higher storage phone, and the 256 gigabyte one worked out perfectly for me. So with that being said, let's get into what's on my iPhone. So I'm going to set up my screen recording. Oh, I always forget when I get a new phone, I have to go into settings and make it part of the bar. So when you go into my lock screen, this is what you see. It's a little lock screen customization that I learned. So first things first, I kind of just found this picture off Pinterest. That's another thing. Everything that you see in this video, I will have linked on my Pinterest, which is down below, in my iOS 16 customization board. If you want to make your phone similar to mine or exactly like mine, I will have everything linked down below for you guys. But I have this little picture and it just says, I have a beautiful mind and body. And sometimes I forget about being positive, and it's just nice to have those reminders. So I really like this home screen. And the really cool thing about this one is that there's an app called, I think it's called Motivational Daily, and it literally tells you different quotes throughout the day. So if you guys see, mine says, what you do today can improve all your tomorrows, and it switches every hour. So it's nice positive quotes that help me get through my day. Then next to it, I have a steps widget. Now I customized this with color widgets, and basically it just updates my steps. It's not working right now, that's why it says 0 steps, or maybe it's because it didn't calculate yet, but yesterday it was at like 6,000 steps. I try to do 10,000 steps a day. And then I have a Spotify widget. I downloaded the app Launchify, and that is how I got this little Spotify widget on my home screen, or on my lock screen, so that is really cool. Then at the top, I just have the date. That's kind of what the iPhone does. And then I have a customized widget with Widgetsmith, and this just says smile more. This idea I got from Julia K. Chris, so again, if you want to see how to do that, just go over to her channel. But that's my first lock screen. Now my second lock screen is actually something that looks like this. Now again, it kind of has the same things, but it's just a different font and a different background, which I personally really like. And then my other one is me and my boyfriend, and again, it's the same thing but just different widgets. So that's what that looks like as well, and of course it has a different font. So I usually leave it at this one, but I do switch it throughout the day. And now let's go into my home screen. The first thing I have is a little widget, and this is of the city. I love New York City so much. It's literally one of my favorite things ever. If anyone ever texts me like, hey, you want to go into the city? Immediate response, yes. But like I said, I know that I'm gonna get a lot of questions on how I made my widget into a shape. Go check out Julia's video again, because that is how I learned how to do it. But basically it's really cool, but you have to match colors because there's not like a way you can just put it into a shape. It's like weird, but I used Canva to do it, but Julia explains it in her video. Next things next, I have YouTube Studio. Since I do YouTube, it is really beneficial for me to have YouTube Studio, just because that's where I see all my analytics. Then I have Pinterest. I can talk about Pinterest for hours. I love it so much, and if you guys want to follow me, here's my Pinterest little stats, and these are all the boards that I have. Now, like I was saying, if you go into my iOS iPhone board and then go over to iOS 16, you will see all the pictures that I did use for this phone and my iPhone 13 Pro when I did customize my phone for iOS 16. Next, I have YouTube. I watch YouTube literally whenever I can. If I'm working out and need something in the background, if I'm cleaning my room and need something in the background, I'll literally just have YouTube playing. Then I have Calendar. I use Calendar sometimes to just kind of remind me of events that are coming coming up. Next I have VSCO. Now my VSCO I have linked down below. This is what it looks like. I really love VSCO. I think VSCO had a stage where it was really in and then a lot of people stopped using it, but I feel like a lot of people are using it again now. Next I have photos. Like I said, the number one thing I love doing is taking photos. I saw a girl named Lexi post about this. I will have her account on the screen, but she was saying that instead of taking a picture based on how it looks, try to take a picture on how it feels. And that just made so much sense to me, because if you take a picture based on how it looks, it's not going to mean as much as if you kind of capture it based on how you are feeling about the picture, because you are taking it for a reason. Next I have Gmail. So Gmail I use for my work, my YouTube, and everything like that. Then I have camera. Again, take pictures of everything, have memories that you can look back on. I promise you will not regret it. Next I have a widget of me and my boyfriend. Again, I made it into like a little flower shape, which I really like. Next I have another little widget. It's just a nice quote that's reminding me to be original, because it is powerful, and that's really true. Next I have TikTok. My TikTok, I don't use that often, but I do really like it. So even though I'm on TikTok a lot, I don't really post a lot, but I'll post like every now and then. Next I have Be Real. I love Be Real so much. I think it's amazing. I think that the whole like structure of it is really cool, because again, it's reminding you to be yourself. I don't know, I think it sends a really powerful message if you look into the meaning of it. Next I have Instagram. If you guys want to follow me, please go ahead. I am much more active on there. This is kind of what my Instagram looks like. I really like it, and again, I'm trying to be more original with my pictures and kind of just take pictures of everything and things that make me happy. Then I have Snapchat. My Snapchat was public. It still is public, but I don't really use it that much. I have a few streaks, but that's basically it. I use it like to make plans with my friends or just talk to my friends that I don't text on a daily basis. Then on my dock down here, I have the apps that I use like a lot throughout the day. So I have the phone, I have Safari, and then I have messages. Going over to my next page. Now this little to-do list reminders widget I did learn from Julia's iOS 14 video. So go over there again if you want to go learn how to do that. I don't want to explain it because I don't want to like take her idea or anything. So that's why I'm saying that. So hopefully you guys understand. Then I kind of separated my phone into folders. So the first folder I have is a little iPhone emoji, and it's my editing folder. So the first app I have is 1 second every day. This is what I use to create my 1 second videos that I post at the end of the year, and I highly recommend doing this. I love it so much because when I watch them, it literally brings me joy. Literally, it makes me so happy. Next I have Lightroom. This is where I put all my presets and everything like that. Then I have Pixar and Fonto. These two apps are for how I customize my thumbnails and make my thumbnails, and then I'll also use Lightroom for my presets of my thumbnail. Then I have this app called Huji. Now this is actually one of my favorite apps ever. This app is kind of what makes everything look very filmy, if that makes sense. So if you ever see like those little pictures that have the date on the bottom or something like that, that's what this app is. Then I have Splice. This is good for like video editing and stuff, like TikToks and Reels on Instagram. And then I have Unfold, which helps me get really cute aesthetic like Instagram story layouts. So that's in that folder. Next I have my food folder. Now I use Uber for Uber Eats, so that's why it's in this folder. Then I have my Starbucks app. I love this app so much. I get the strawberry acai with lemonade, and then I also get no berries and light ice. And if I'm not getting that, I'll get like a cold brew with pumpkin sauce or something. I don't know, comment what you guys like down below. Next I have Grubhub and DoorDash, just basic food apps for delivery, and then I have Domino's. Next, going into my finance folder, so I have a little envelope emoji at the top because it reminded me of finances, but it was still like cute and aesthetic. So I have my Bank of America app, my Discover app, my Wallet app, which is so useful, and then Cash App. I don't use Venmo, I use Cash App instead. Next, I have my little film emoji. So when I go in here, this is all like my entertainment that I don't use every day, but I still use. So I have Netflix, I have Spotify, even though that's a lie, I use Spotify every day. I love driving. It's literally one of my favorite things to do. So if you guys want to see a Spotify playlist, I did one of them before about like throwbacks, but let me know if you want to see another one. I'll gladly make that for you. Then I have Disney Plus, which I use to watch all like the Disney movies, like The Parent Trap. I love that movie so much. And then the last thing I have is Prime Video, which I use to watch NFL and just other movies that aren't on Netflix. Then going into this little heart. So this is iPhone apps that came on the iPhone that I use kind of more frequently than the other ones. So I have Find My iPhone, which I use use for finding my devices, and I also share my location with my friends. Just in case we're out somewhere and we like lose track of each other, we can just easily look where the person is if they aren't answering their phone. So it's more for like safety reasons. And then I have FaceTime. I use FaceTime sometimes, like to FaceTime my boyfriend or my friends. Then I have my shopping widget. So when I go in here, I have Amazon. I love Amazon. I will say this every single day. I love Amazon so much. I do have an Amazon storefront if you guys want to go check it out. I have to get better at posting on there, but I will have it linked down below. Then I have Urban Outfitters. I love Urban Outfitters. Target. I go to Target every day, literally every day. And I kid you not, you can ask anyone, I go every day. Why? I don't know. It brings me happiness. Then I have Garage and Arden. These are just some shopping apps that I like to use. And then I have Etsy for kind of getting my bath mats, really anything like that. Sometimes I'll even sell some things, so that's why I have Etsy. Next I have my work folder. So I have files, I have Google Docs, I have Sheets, something I'm gonna have to use for my job, and then just my job apps. Not gonna really talk much about that because I don't know what I can and can't say, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Next I have my fitness folder. So I have health and watch and then fitness, and these apps are actually really cool. I use them for my Apple Watch when I go on a run or when I do a workout, and then it calculates into my phone, and I think that's really cool. And then I have Orange Theory, and I go to Orange Theory for those of you who don't know, although I haven't been in a pretty long time, so I'm gonna have to start going again, but I do use that for when I book my classes. On the bottom here, these are pictures from Pinterest, and I just have kind of things that I thought matched my aesthetic. So I have a cute little designed cake, and then I have some matcha, which I really like. Going over to the next page right here, I have something that brings me so much joy. So this is my move-in widget, and basically you can change it and you can have it set up to things you're looking forward to. Personally, something that keeps me going is things that I'm looking forward to. So I have my move-in date coming up in October, so I have that, and it tells me how many days and hours are left, and then when it gets closer it'll count down, and I'm so excited, and then I'll change it frequently. And then I have another widget which is just the day, and it changes frequently as well. And I used a Colorsmith widget to tell me when the sun rises and sets, and it changes every day, and I love it because I really like watching the sunrise and the sunset, so that is something I have here. Then I have my traveling folder. So for my traveling folder, I have United and JetBlue, which I use for flying. Then I have New Jersey Transit and Park Mobile. This is for like when I go into the city or when I take my car somewhere and I need to pay for parking. And then I have two really good hotels, the Hilton and the Public, which is actually something I learned from Samantha Nicole's video. So basically I watched her, I think it was a vlog that she filmed maybe with her boyfriend. I don't remember exactly the vlog, but she also went there for New York Fashion Week, and I did go check it out, and it's really cool. So I am definitely going to stay there in the future, and just going in and seeing it, I felt so at home. Next I have my apartment little folder. So I have the Amazon Alexa, so I got that app. I did get this new app. I didn't try it out yet, but I heard it's really good, from Caroline Manning, for home security, so I'm going to check that out. And then I have something that allows me to check my packages when they arrive at my apartment, so I can go downstairs and just get a notification that my package has arrived, use the system, and then get the package. Next I have little iPhone apps that I use, not a lot, but still enough to have them on my home screen and not like off my home screen. So I have the clock, which I actually do use every day for waking up and, you know, like setting timers, stuff like that. And then I have settings, which obviously I need. Then in this folder, I have all the apps I use for my widgets. So I have Motivation, which is the app I told you guys in the beginning of this video. Then I have Color widgets, and then I have Launcher, and actually Widgetsmith should be here too, which I'll fix after this video. So that's everything you see on my iPhone. And now when you go over, I don't know what this is called, but to this page right here, I have a battery icon. So this widget I really like because it tells me the percentage of my battery on my phone, and it tells me the percentage of my Apple Watch and my AirPods when they're charged. So that's really cool, and it'll just pop up next to it. Then I have a clock widget. Now I set it to NYC because even though I'm in New Jersey, I'm really close to the city. And then I just have a widget of me and my boyfriend. So with all that being said, this is just another glance of my phone when looking at it. I really like it. I think it's very new and something that I'm gonna try out for a while, but it's basically everything that I have on my phone. If you guys do want to see a more in-depth tutorial of kind of like how I use each app and everything like that, definitely let me know, and I will definitely film that video for you guys. But with all that being said, thank you guys again for watching. Comment your favorite emoji down below if you stayed up until this point, and I will see you guys really soon in my next video. Bye guys.